Ich finde, allein die Musik gibt einem schon ein echt gutes Gefühl, ne? In den Options habe ich gesehen, ist eigentlich nicht viel drin. Ich weiß nicht, ob die da mehr machen, wenn irgendwann mal... Was ich lustig fand, war das hier. Als ich dann geexit habe. No, 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 no. Wow, ich habe mich mal drücken müssen. War schon lustig. Kann nur gut werden. No, 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 no. Don't exit on me. Ja. Vielleicht hätte ich es doch mal starten sollen. Ich weiß jetzt gar nicht. Keine Rückmeldung. Ah, jetzt. Enter your name. Nico. Okay. Welcome, Nico. You two have fun. Auf jeden Fall. My life has been chaotic. My family broke out into another fit of drama, so I left the nest, ran straight to college and got an apartment and a job. But lately my job has been greasy spoon diner. Was? But lately my job at a greasy spoon diner has been unbearable. Geht das auch mit der Leertaste? Ja. The job doesn't pay the best, so that means I had to find a roommate to afford an apartment. And now my roommate is always bringing some dropout into our apartment for late night study sessions. My sleep schedule is wrecked, and even better, the rent on the apartment is late. I had heard once that if you become a roommate with a friend, you won't stay friends for long. Das wäre super. In my case, the friendship gets strained thinner as my friend keeps making excuses why they need me to cover their half of the rent. Thanks to that deadbeat, I'm working harder just to lose money on the rent. I'm nearly broke, and getting a second job feels like it will kill me. At least in this park, I have some alone time. I've always loved this part of the park. It's untouched by obnoxious family members and college jerks. The only people who come here are the groundskeeper. Even then, they only come by in the morning. Closing my eyes, I rub my face and huff out the tension in my lungs, so that I could calm down enough to enjoy the peace and quiet. Just then I feel someone sit down beside me. Startled, I turn and look towards the interloper.
Whoa, hey, take it easy, it's just me.
Ich mag diesen Stick-Figure-Style tatsächlich jetzt schon. Sehr simpel, aber manchmal braucht man nicht mehr. The stranger says, trying to keep me from leaping too high off the park bench.
You're a jumpy one, aren't you?
Ich mag auch seine Stimme. Ich würde gerne wissen, wer das synchronisiert. He smiles and scoots himself closer to me, shyly and awkwardly. I keep my eyes on him, unsure what his intentions are. His unblinking eyes don't stray from mine, not once. Ich wusste, dass dir der Stil zusagen würde. Du kennst mich einfach zu gut, Ju.
So, are you waiting for a family member or a friend? Just seems kind of odd for you to be sitting out here, all alone like this and so far away from the jogging track.
Social distancing, mate. Also blink, please. A chill runs down my spine. I cross my arms over my chest and slide myself away from him and closer to the edge of the bench. How often does a sane person walk up to you out of the blue and start asking such questions? Not often, for me at least. He picks up on my uneasy and refrains from sliding any closer. He crosses his fingers in between his legs and smiles warmly. Die Stimme ist wirklich gut. I mean, you don't look like a groundskeeper or one of the old people feeding pigeons after doing Tai Chi. No, I'm just getting some alone time to myself. Things have been pretty intense lately. He scoots himself even closer, his hand nearly touching mine as he smiles shyly. Das spricht den Goth in dir an, Yu, sein Design. Das verstehe ich irgendwie.
Look, I know this is sudden. Very sudden. But if you're free tonight, can I have the pleasure in taking you out to dinner?
Vor allem, he's moving fast. Really fast. Wir wissen nicht mal seinen Namen und er fragt uns schon out for dinner. Can I have the pleasure? Never mind. He was the weird one. I can tell if he's a bit awkward or just eccentric. What? Why? Why did he have such an interest in me?
Well, I'm your boyfriend.
What? Ach so, ja dann. Entschuldigung, das ist mir wohl entglitten.
Isn't that why you're here?
Fragezeichen, Fragezeichen, Fragezeichen. My boyfriend? Why would he be assuming we were in a relationship? There's an awkward silence as the stranger sits patiently waiting for my answer. Dinner sounds nice. What? No. Ich sag mal nix. This comforting silence only grows, still unsure and confused by the situation. I couldn't find words. It was just so sudden. He seemed to take the hint and pulls his hand away from mine. Looking away, he chuckles awkwardly. Hey, I get if you don't want me to be your boyfriend. I just thought I'd take the chance to ask you out. Junge! Wir kennen uns seit 5 Minuten! Ist das ein bisschen schnell? If he is guilt-tripping me, he is doing a terrible job. But at least he's taking the hint rather than pushing it. Well, it's just that I don't even know you. So... Don't worry, I get it. He says, not at all expressing disappointment, but more along the lines of showing understanding. I suppose I'd be a little weirded out, too, if some random stranger came up and asked me out on a date. Ist einfach nur strange, you. Einfach nur strange. Flattered, but still a little uneasy. He has taken the rejection well. No tantrum or pressure of any sort. Thank God. I'd better get going then. It was nice talking to you, though. He says, looking back over to me and giving a smile for getting himself up off the bench and taking his leave. I watch him walk off, feeling sort of terrible for how things ended the way they did. Creepy. Nice voice, goth-light design, but touchy and creepy. Huh. Okay, thanks, bye! Maybe I apologize to him if I ever see him again. I stay in the park a little while longer after that odd event. I didn't know if I should go after him or just shake it off and enjoy the rest of my afternoon. Ich frage mich, was passiert wäre, wenn ich mit ihm einfach ein Dinner-Date ausgemacht hätte. I wander around the city a little bit more, visiting places I normally wouldn't visit. My paranoia has got me looking over my shoulder, wondering if he might still be lurking somewhere behind me. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking things. But who knows? Some guy who presumes that he's your boyfriend before either of you even know each other's name is probably not the most psychological healthiest of people. Are there? Yeah, that's creepy enough to warrant him my cold shoulder. Still, the way I left him behind like that was making me feel like maybe I was the jerk. I came across a local florist shop that I remember passing on a few times by of my downtown walks. I always have been meaning to stop in and pick up some flowers for the apartment, but I could never seem to find the time. Well, I have time now and I could use a diversion, so why not? Walking in, I look around and take in the rather pleasant aroma of the shop. I wander past the quaint displays of flower arrangements, potted plants and small gift bags of potpourri. I had a particular purchase in mind. Sag mal, wir haben kaum Kohle, Mädchen, und du willst jetzt teure Blumen beim Floristen kaufen? Für warum auch immer. From a rustic wooden shelf display containing the flowers and various houseplants came a lovely pungent fragrance from the deep red roses. Being mindful that some still had their thorns, I reached out to pick one up. Ich sehe hier aber nirgendwo Rosen. Ich sehe, was das aussieht wie vielleicht Tulpen, da links, und viel Grünzeug und Grünzeug mit gelben Blumen, aber keine Rosen. I feel a hand brush against mine. I pull my hand away quickly and glance at the person that I didn't see on the other side of the display.
Oh, fancy seeing you here.
Ach Mensch, das sind diese zufälligen Zufälle, von denen ich vorhin gesprochen habe mit den Geistern. So zufällige Zufälle, die zufällig einfach so zufällig passieren. The man from the park beams upon seeing me and gives me a smile before pulling the rose out. I didn't know you shopped here too. I don't, I say, startled by his presence. He looked a bit confused. Creepy Stockmeister, ja. The man then gestured to me with a finger over his lips. Shh, it's a small shop. There's no need to raise your voice. His comments rubs me the wrong way, but I try to compose myself. Did you follow me here? I whisper harshly, unsure if crossing paths with him again was a pure coincidence or if I needed to worry about him after all. What? Of course not. Nervös nach links und rechts guck. He looks a little hurt by my accusation. Ich finde seinen Gesichtsausdruck gerade unglaublich niedlich. I come here almost every day, you know. Oh, was I really being a dick to him? He fumbles around with the rose in his hand, and his eyes stay shyly focused on the ground. I love flowers. This little shop is the only one nearby, so I came here a lot to see what new bouquets they have made and if they have any on sale. Also wenn das der einzige Blumenladen in der Nähe ist, dann werden die mal richtige Apothekerpreise haben. I'll admit that sometimes I get a glimpse of you through the windows of the diner that you work at. And lately I've been meaning to walk in to finally say, hi, but I lose my nerves and stay out. Ach so, also er kennt uns vom Café gegenüber? Nee, kann nicht sein, oder? Weil dann wären wir ja schon auf jeden Fall mal in den Laden. Super cute. I guess that's not too bad. You've been watching me. Wir sind jetzt mal vielleicht nicht so ein Dick. I guess that's not... Was auch immer da jetzt gestanden hat. Maybe I overreacting. I guess that's understandable. I mutter. It's difficult for me to notice people when I'm walking the same path almost every day. Like a mindless robot. I guess that I can't really judge him for my lack of awareness. Ja, Gozer, wir nehmen uns ein Zimmer mit ihm. Ja, klare Ansagen an Fremden sind nicht unhöflich, das ist Kommunikation. Ja, aber wenn er halt an unserem Café vorbeiläuft und manchmal ist das halt so, dass da einem jemand ins Auge fällt und ich will ihn nicht sofort als Stalker abtun, auch wenn er vermutlich einer ist. Look, I have to get going. Wir können, also wenn ihr Bock habt, können wir das ja, die Demo nochmal spielen und dann bin ich halt voll das Arschloch zu ihm. I say, breaking the silence between the two of us. He clears his throat to muster up his courage. As he steps closer, hesitates on a question for a brief moment and finally speaks. Vielleicht macht es ja irgendeinen Unterschied, wenn ich volles Arschloch bin. I know you have no interest in me, and I get that. But can I at least see you again? Ja, aber es kommt halt immer darauf an, wie ich den Leuten sage, dass es mir unangenehm ist. Ich kann den halt sagen, ey, Arschloch, hör auf, mich anzugucken, wenn du mich siehst. Ich kann aber auch sagen, du hör mal, das finde ich jetzt nicht so toll, was du da treibst. Das ist immer die Art und Weise, wie ich es halt den Leuten sag. Und wenn ich die halt blöd ankack von der Seite, finde ich es halt schon unhöflich. Und es ist jetzt zumindest nicht so, dass er gesagt hat, ey, ich beobachte dich 5 Stunden lang durch das Fenster im Café. Not on a date or anything, but just to hang out. Nein, habe ich nicht. Aber ich versuche jetzt auch einfach mal zu versuchen, die Situation zu entschärfen, weil ich ein harmoniebedürftiger Mensch bin. I feel as though we got off to a bad start. Why? I don't even know your name. Deine Mutter. My name? It's a joke, really. I much prefer if you made a nickname for me. He doesn't look so pleased. The smile on his face faded into a slight grimace before his gaze drifts off to the side. I really don't like my name. Honestly, I'd rather be called something else, like a nickname or something. Ich könnte ihn einfach Stalker nennen. Creep Smack Greyboy, das klingt auch gut. He must have a really horrible name or really horrible parents that he wants to disassociate with it. Oder will es einfach seinen echten Namen nicht sagen, damit wir ihn nicht finden. Taking this moment, I figured there was no real harm in making a nickname for him. After all, it would be easier for me to remember. Well, how about... Wie sollen wir ihn nennen? Honey Muffin. Schnutzipu. Also von Gozer haben wir noch Creepy McStalkmeister oder von Flynn Creeps McGrayboy. Gozer. Wir nennen ihn einfach Gray. Komm. Wenn wir es nochmal spielen, können wir voll fies sein. How about Gray? He seemed pleased with that I came up, despite how silly or tacky it might have been. Aber der hat eher so ein, also kein Happy Smile, sondern eher so ein nervöses Lächeln. Yeah, that's much better, honestly. Thank you. Ja, Ju hat überhaupt nichts vorgeschlagen. Die will hier gar nicht richtig mitmachen. I look outside the window and see that the sun is getting low in the sky. Oh, hell, it's getting dark. I had better get going home. It was nice to meet you, Gray. Wir hätten ihn Angel Dust nennen können. Oder Valentino. Ich glaube, der wird so creepy wie Valentino. I turn to leave the shop. Hey, wait! Gray calls out to me. I turn to see him smiling sheepishly? Can I at least walk you home? Dann weiß er, wo wir wohnen. Nein. No, I'll be fine. Ach, belämmert. Okay. His shoulders slouch and his smile faded, but only a little. He snaps his finger to feign disappointment. Ah, dang. Rejected twice in one day. Today hasn't been that kind to me. But how about we hang out tomorrow? I smile and shake my head before putting the rose back where it came from. I work all week, so I don't really have time for anything. Well, how about I stop by your work tomorrow? You do take breaks, right? I nodded and leaving the flower where they were. Where they were. We walked out of the shop together. Ich mag sein Design echt. Yeah, it's that crusty Mon Par diner and it's not that busy. Most days, if you just want to just stop by and chat for a bit, you can. Honestly, the thought of having someone to casually be around sounded nice, but I don't want him to get the wrong message. Ja, wir wissen gar nicht, ob wir ein Junge oder ein Mädchen sind, ne? But just a fair warning, I won't be able to talk much if you're not buying anything to eat or drink. I bring a few bucks then. Anything worth getting food poisoning from? He chuckles and he smiles. Was? Really? Riley? Was ist denn das für ein merkwürdiges Wort? The milkshakes are the best I've had for a long time. I'll take your word for it. He looks over my shoulder and sees that the shadows of trees. Shadows of trees and buildings are getting longer. Warum ist er so nervös? Well, you better hurry. It's getting dark. Ah. Really ist trocken, schief, ironisch. Ah ja, okay. He nodded before turning around and taking his leave. He looks over his shoulder, smiles and waves as he saunters further down the road opposite of my apartment. Er ist ein umgekehrter Vampir. Warum sieht er so tot aus? Das könnte sein. I watch him walk down the sidewalk for a moment before going my own way. Er schlendert. Ah ja. Oh, guck mal, wie einen fetten Fernseher. Und voll die Ikea-Bude. Everything was quiet at my apartment, except for the rummaging sound of my roommate's study partner in the kitchen. I shield my eyes and walk past. They have a habit of walking around naked after their study sessions, and I don't even want to see if they were dressed this time. Oh Gott, wir haben so eine hässliche Tapete. I don't bother to turn on the lights in my room. I flop down on my bed, face first into the mattress and limbs spread out like a star. Das klingt unglaublich gemütlich. Letting out a loud and long groan, I eventually roll onto my back and stare up at the ceiling. Gott, die hässlichste Tapete, die ich seit langem gesehen habe. It was a rather eventful day. I got a little quiet time and even made a new acquaintance, despite how we got off on the wrong foot at first. Ob er uns vielleicht tatsächlich verwechselt hat, weil er von einem Tinder kam oder so. Geht rum und schmeißt ihm Wasserballons ins Gesicht. Die Tapete ist ätzend. Wer macht denn sowas? Vor allem so viele. Wenn es so vereinzelte wäre, wäre es noch okay. Aber das sind viel zu viele Herzchen. Ugh, I'm so exhausted. I don't bother getting undressed. I pull the blankets over myself and roll over and let myself drift to sleep. I have an early shift tomorrow. Oh, da war wer am Fenster. Habt ihr das gesehen? End of day one. Oh, schade. Oh, guck mal, die zusammen gerollten Blümchen. Gut, es war jetzt nicht lang. Da können wir, glaube ich... Passt mal auf.